don't know what to say. Okay. I'm actually just a child. I'm a child of God. You cannot take that from me. Okay. So I think I'm really tired. And so, like, my body is like, alrighty then. So. Hello, if you've never seen me before, hi, my name is Youkeyy, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to my channel. I don't know what that was, but I'm pretty convinced that I just did something. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be telling... Sorry, this is one of those moments where I'm feeling a little bit... You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Hi. Bye. Okay. I'm done looking at my monitor for real this time. I'm totally lying. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some makeup techniques and tips that have changed my makeup game. They have changed my life. They have taken my makeup from bleak to fleek. A lot of these techniques you guys have seen me repeaters. Wow. A lot of these techniques you guys have heard me mention repeatedly in my videos, but I thought it'd just be better to condense some of the most important ones into one video and then also kind of demonstrate what I'm doing as I'm talking. So that's what's going to be happening today. Most of these are things that I picked up over the years as I was practicing makeup on myself, studying my face, and realizing what works for me, what doesn't work for me. So I just wanted to condense everything into one video because I know that I repeatedly mention a lot of these things in my videos, but I just figured I'd rather have one video where, you know, I list everything. This isn't every single technique that I use, and it's not every single tip and trick that I implement, but I feel like these are just more important-ish for the current makeup climate. One thing that I've noticed really helps me to get a more flawless base is to get rid of upper lip hair. And don't you sit there and try to judge me, trying to act like you don't have peach fuzz, sis. I know you have peach fuzz. Everybody has hair. If you're a human being, you have hair on your body, and that includes your face. And I'm not just talking about the brows and your lashes, like, and it's not like it's a beard or anything. It's just a bit of peach fuzz. I mean, it's harmless. But I noticed that it would kind of leave a bit of a shadow above the lip, and it just would make me feel uncomfortable. I felt like my lip products weren't really popping as much. It made my foundation look a little bit uneven in my eyes anyway. So years ago, I started getting rid of hair right there. Ooh, what did I first used to use? Oh, I used to use the Nads facial wax strips. Those were, they worked for the time being, but I struggled a little bit with my application and use of those things. It was the green wax solution. You wind it up. I actually believe it was supposed to be for, was it brows or brows and face? But whatever, I was using it for right in here, and I would notice like it would be a spot that I would miss, or when I, peel the strip off, it just wouldn't take all the hair with it. So I switched over to using Nair face cream. And I've been using the Nair face cream for, I want to say at least 2 years now, maybe 3. It's probably closer to 3. So what you do is you apply the face cream to wherever you want to get rid of the hair on your face. Be careful not to ingest this or get it up your nose or anything like that. I apply the Nair cream to the upper lip, sometimes around the entire mouth area, and leave it on for 8 minutes, no more than 8 minutes. Once I've left it on for 8 minutes, I take a damp paper towel and I remove the product off of my face. And I like to wipe it off in the opposite direction that the hair is growing. Once I remove the cream and the hair with the paper towel, I go ahead and just basically wash my face with just plain water, plain warm water. The directions, I believe, say not to use any soap. And then I pat dry, and sometimes you will get a bit of irritation, maybe even some redness. I apply aloe vera gel to the area that I just used the Nair face cream on, and that helps to mellow things out, soothe the skin. And usually for the rest of the day, I don't apply anything else to that part of the face, whether it's moisturizer or makeup or whatever. But for this video, I did go ahead and apply other products directly to my face just for demonstrational purposes. I use it probably around once a month, depending on how rapidly hair is growing on that part of my face. Before, I would put my foundation on and then go in with the brows, but I was noticing that I wasn't really getting a whole lot of color payoff with my brow product, especially if you're using pencil. If you're using pomades, I think it tends to be not too bad. But when you're using pencil, it won't show up as much because you have this slippery base on and it's not going to stick to the brows and to the skin. So what I started doing before any moisturizer, primer, foundation, before anything goes on my face, I now apply my brow product. And I've been doing this for, I think since the beginning of this year. I think maybe even before that. I'm not 100% sure. Doing my brows this way has been so much easier. I get a more natural look. It's easier for me to get those hair-like strokes that I want. Those hair-like strokes you can't really achieve whenever you have foundation on already or if you have moisturizer on already, because it's just so slippery and the brow product is not going to have anything to hold on to. So after my face has been washed or after I've just gotten out the shower and I know I'm going to be doing makeup, I apply my brow product first, and I use the NYX micro brow pencil in the shade Black. Doing my brows this way has really upped my brow game. It has also cut down on the amount of time that I spend doing my brows, surprisingly. So yeah, I am officially converted to the brow before foundation or brow before anything crew, I guess. I know I've mentioned this tip several times in many videos, but I just thought I would mention it again because I do feel like people can definitely benefit from it. So I actually use my used foundation brush to clean up the concealer that's around my brows whenever I want to go ahead and blend it out. And the reason I do that is to get rid of the halo brows. Halo brows are where you have this lighter color, usually to the top and bottom of the brow, and it's just so obvious. Lately, I actually have not been concealing the top of my brow, but I just wanted to put this in there because I feel like a lot of people don't want halo brows. And if you don't want halo brows, using your foundation brush that has some of your foundation already on it actually helps to clean that up. In order to get that sharp line with your eyeshadows, a lot of people use tape. They lay down some tape and then do the eyes and then peel off the tape once they're done. However, it's actually not ideal to use regular tape or scotch tape or packaging tape or whatever, simply because it's very uncomfortable. So I actually use paper tape. Paper tape is much more gentle on the skin. It works the same way as any other tape, and it's not gonna leave you feeling like something is poking your eye and like you have this stiff band of whatever like near your eye. When it comes to using a concealer as your eyeshadow primer, you guys know I already did a video on this, but the big thing was using a lighter concealer as your eyeshadow primer. And by lighter, I mean something that's lighter than your skin tone. I had a lot of people messaging me or writing comments saying, oh, I'm already really pale. I don't know where I can get a white concealer. I don't know where I can get a concealer that's even more lighter than I am. The point of using a lighter concealer is if you are someone of a darker complexion. If you have a light complexion already, all you have to do is use a concealer that is of the same shade as you. You don't have to use something incredibly white. And to be honest, if you are of a deeper complexion, it's not absolutely necessary for you to use a concealer that's much lighter than you are. I just prefer to do that because whenever I'm using a lot of like color eyeshadows, I really want them to be very vibrant. So that's why I lean towards the lighter concealers. Something I've been doing for quite a while now, and I don't know, I think one day I just instinctively decided to do it this way. I don't actually blend my under eye concealer one under eye at a time. I actually go back and forth between the two under eye areas. Some years back, I started doing this, and I think it was just because one day I was like, you know what? Let me just blend out both sides at the same time. And I think what actually made me start doing that was because I wanted a better blend. So I noticed that doing both sides at the same time and just alternating was not only giving me better coverage, but it was also giving me a better blend and making the under eye area look a lot more snatched. I know a lot of people still bake, but when it comes to baking the under eye area, I don't do that because my under eye area is very dry. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say under eye, but hey. However, what I do is I take my blending sponge and dip it into my setting powder. I tap off the excess off on the back of my hand because I don't want a whole ton of product. And I'll gently press it onto the under eye area until all the powder is gone and it has melted into the skin. I get less creasing that way and my eyes don't feel super duper dry. This next technique I really became more aware of when I did that contour for chubby cheeks video. I've been playing around with this a lot more lately and I feel like it just gives a better result, and that is to actually apply your blush, your contour, and your bronzer further back. Maybe not bronzer so much, but contour and blush definitely further back for that slimmer look. And I started noticing that the landmark for this was actually the highest point of the arch of my brows. So if I apply my contour, my blush, even my highlight further inwards beyond the point of the highest area of the arch, it actually makes my face look less slim and more cheeky, we'll put it that way. And the blush in particular is pretty important because I notice that a lot of us are very liberal with the blush, especially towards like here. So keeping it further back and actually up a little bit more elevated, it'll give you a bit more of a contour even if you don't have contour on. You guys know I love setting spray, and it just helps to melt the makeup in. It helps to set everything and just give you a less powdery look. Before the setting spray completely dries, I would take my makeup sponge and actually press gently, very gently, press it into the skin, and sometimes I'd even press and roll it into the skin. And what that does, I noticed that it was laying down that peach fuzz. As you're applying makeup to your face, you're applying multiple products, you're brushing, you're blending, you're doing all of that. The hairs on your face, the fine hairs on your face, they're not laying down. But spraying it and just leaving it the way it is doesn't lay it down either. I found that it was just better to just use a blending sponge after the face has been sprayed. While it's still wet, just gently press it in. Not only does it help to lay down those fine hairs, it also helps to further blend in your makeup, believe it or not. So you're getting a bit more of a blend between your highlights and your shadows, and you're making your face look more realistic. Just remember to press gently and roll gently if you're going to do the press and roll technique as well. You guys should be able to see it, but if you look at my upper lip area, I don't have a pronounced Cupid's bow. Now, it's not really the Cupid's bow I'm talking about. I'm talking about this area right in here. It's actually called the philtrum. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Where this part of the upper lip protrudes, and then this center right here is a little bit depressed. I don't have a pronounced philtrum, so I actually like to mimic one with makeup. I just use a small liner brush, dip it into my highlighter, and then I'll make 2 lines down here at the bottom, and then 1 line up at the very base of the nose, and leave that very middle completely bare. And I'll go ahead and blend out each of those 3 lines. And what that does is to help make that area a bit more pronounced for me. I know not everybody likes this, and I know not everybody likes the outcome of it, but I personally like it, and I like how it looks on me. So I've been doing this for a very long time. And yeah, don't judge me. This technique I'm about to tell you is probably the newest out of all the ones that I mentioned in this video. It basically is a way to get fuller lips, or the illusion of fuller lips. I know a lot of people usually like to make the Cupid's bow look really accented, really accentuate the dip in the middle to almost kind of make an upside down triangle, if that makes sense. And then they go ahead and fill in the rest of the lip. I want to say it's Makeup by Ariel. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was Ariel that was talking about it in a video. I believe he was actually saying that he overlines the very top of the lip. Instead of kind of doing that little dip thing with the little wave that a lot of us like to do to make the lip look a little bit more fuller, he just goes over it and makes it look more round. One day I tried it on myself and I actually really liked it. So I've been doing it every now and then since then. And I am always down for a fuller lip situation. If you guys want me to do a separate video just focusing on the lips and how I get my lips to look fuller using makeup, I can do that for you. Just let me know down in the comment section. So I think that basically wraps up all of the tips that I have for this video. There are a whole lot more techniques and little tricks in here and there that I do whenever I'm doing my makeup, but I think it's just so second nature now that I don't really think about it, and they don't really feel like techniques to me. Either way, I just love sharing this stuff with you guys. Makeup is constantly changing, and the idea of beauty is constantly evolving and becoming more inclusive, and there's so many different ways to achieve a certain look that you're going for. But I just love soaking up all the knowledge and as much information as I can. And yeah, I'm just here to spread the love. Okay. But yeah, that is all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, do not forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell. Be sure that all notifications is ticked off so that you don't miss any of my videos. If there are any techniques in this video that you found useful, whether in the past or now, please do not hesitate to let me know. I do want to make sure that the information I'm giving you and the content that I'm sharing is actually of use to you. Be sure to also follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at Youkeyy_. That's YOUKEYY_. And I'm also on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you in the next video, Lord willing. Stay blessed. Bye.